Here's a quick video to explain how to calculate your MAS. So MAS is the lowest speed required for you to reach your VO2 max. So this is individual to you. So this really helps us individualize your aerobic conditioning. So there's a few steps involved. So first of all, we need to perform a 6-minute run test. Rightio. So once we've got that number, so you need to record the distance that you can run in that 6 minutes. From there, we can calculate your individual MAS. So I've got a couple of examples here. So in the blue, we've got, say, someone that ran a 1.44 kilometers. And then in the red, we've got someone that ran 1.85 kilometers in that 6-minute run test. So to work out your MAS, all you need to do is take the distance that you ran divided by the time that you ran for. Rightio. So here the time is set. The distance is going to be the individual result that you work with. So for the example number 1,440 meters, so it needs to be in meters, divided by the seconds. So 6 minutes is 360 seconds. So for this example, 1.44 kilometers gives us an MAS of 4 meters per second. In this example, we take our distance, so we've got 1,850 meters, we divide that by the 360 seconds and we get an MAS of 5.1. So in some of your sessions, you'll come across different prescription variables. So what we're doing here is we're manipulating either the time that you're working for, the intensity you're working at. So for example, it might be a 20-second time or a 3-minute time. The intensity, so it could be something like 120% of your MAS, or it could be lower when we're working for longer. It might be more around that 90% MAS mark. And then we'll also manipulate your rest time. So we can give you longer rest, shorter rest. And what that does is going to create a different stimulus depending on what we're trying to achieve. So what we want you to do is just follow along with this as best you can. But as I said, giving you that MAS number can give you some individual targets to work at. So here's some examples. So for a 20-second session, 20-second effort, sorry, at 120% MAS. So for this first person, 4 is their MAS, 20 is the seconds, times 1.2. So 120%, just making that 1.2. That gives us 96 meters. So the person in the blue, if they were following a 20-second efforts at 120%, they're going to try and hit 96 meters every time they do that 20-second effort, 96 meters. So that might be something like 20 seconds on, so they've got to run 96 meters, then they rest for 20, and then they'd come back, run their 96 meters again. Person in the red, you can see, because they've got that higher MAS, they're going to have a higher number. So same formula, just with the 5.1, that gives you 122 meters. So they're going to try and hit 122 meters every 20 seconds. If we did it, so another example on the 3 minutes. So again, we've got to get this into seconds. So that's why it's 4 MAS times the 180 seconds. And because we're only at 90%, we're timesing that by 0.9. So for every 3 minutes, where the person in blue is trying to reach 648 meters. In the red, again, with the higher MAS, 5.1 times the 180 seconds times the 0.9 for the MAS intensity number. So they're going to try and get 826 meters every 3 minutes. So an example there might be the person in the blue's got to sort of get to that sort of around that 650 meter mark. In 3 minutes, you might have a rest for 1.5 or 2 minutes. There might be some, walk or slow jog recovering there, and then you'd go again for another 3 minutes, and you might repeat that 3 or 4 times, rightio, in one set. So hopefully that helps you. So what you're trying to do there is obviously get your 6-minute run test, work out your MAS, and then once you've got that number, save it away. And then from there, it doesn't matter what prescription we give, you can just follow those sort of formulas and you'll have your individual targets for whatever that session is. Any questions, please reach out. Hopefully that's pretty straightforward. Thank you.